Babylonia has succumbed to the continuous invasions of the Aramaeans, yet another semi-nomadic tribe from the west. The empire has been reduced to poverty, and our kings hold on to little more than their grand titles. Are about to change, however. An Assyrian general named Tiglath-Pileser has rebelled against his king and has taken the throne. He is willing to support our new king Nabonassar to retake land lost to the Aramaeans, our common enemy. Nabonassar commands you to revitalize the Babylonian armies and destroy the invaders encroaching on our territory.
Alright, welcome to Mission 7, Lord of the Euphrates from Voices of Babylon. Basically, we are in a situation where we need to defeat the Western Aramaeans and the Northern Aramaeans. We are in the Bronze Age. We can support a population of 75. We need to prepare the defenses quickly, and we don't want to prepare our attack until we're ready to face the enemy. So basically we want to begin booming up our eco quickly. Get 7 on food as soon as we can, and then begin adding enough on wood until we have the resources to build a government center. Once we have the government center, that should unlock the ability to build the second town center. As we're doing this, we want to use any buildings we make early on to make a wall on the westernmost side. We also want to begin adding our first tower just north of the starting town center, kind of near the wood line. We need to add the second town center at the wood line just south of our main base. I think one of the things we want to do is kind of keep our buildings a little bit closer than we typically have been in the past. And then we want to continue walling and gathering stone and adding towers. The initial attack will come and it'll be quite strong. If we need to, we just gather the villagers towards the first town center, move them towards the second town center. Ultimately what I had to do was build the second tower near the second town center, and then tower my way back up to the first town center to kind of free up that area and keep it safe. So we're going to be building a lot of towers for the early portion of this game. Upgrading the towers, of course, will also be very important too. But yeah, the attacks are often and pretty brutal. So eventually we do want to have towers guarding the water, another one, and basically guarding the water and all along kind of that western front where we'll probably get dropped by the Western Aramaeans. And once we start feeling a little more secure there, we can begin expanding east with towers and military buildings towards the gold. We probably want to start researching eco upgrades around this time when you get the chance, and the goal at this point is to get to Iron Age. To the east of us there is a walled area. We can siege that down and get a few chariots to go in there. We can find the Assyrian reinforcements in the easternmost portion of the map. This whole area is kind of like a cliffy area. We just need to kill the rest of the Aramaean defenses there, and we'll have access to additional resources. So once we have that, we can build a large force of chariots and attack the northern Aramaeans. However, I recommend you begin towering up the rest of your coastline to fend off the attacks from the western Aramaeans. Basically, don't forget to wall the rest of the coastline like I did. The coastline is also a whole lot longer than I initially thought. So once we have the northern Aramaeans destroyed and we have the coastline secure, we can begin adding a couple of docks, building a couple of transports, and building fire ships. Once we have this army built up, we basically land on the Western Aramaeans island with the chariots we have, villagers, and stone throwers. We begin constructing military buildings and towers, and then we move forward into the Western Aramaean base, destroying their town center, killing their villagers, and destroying their towers will usually force them to resign, and that should secure us the victory. And this is actually a mission I didn't complete successfully in my first take-through, so I will conclude with some B-roll of my first attempted failure.